UPSL Commissioner Focus, Skwara.
All right. Well, I am very pleased to welcome to our ASMG podcast show the UPSL Commissioner, Skwara. Welcome, Jan. I appreciate you taking some time out to join us and talk to us. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, Andre. How you been?
I'm doing fantastic now. And so, last time we spoke, we were on the brink of a sanctioning announcement for USSF. Since that time, we've had it. And I wanted an opportunity, now that I have you back on, is to kind of go into what that agreement means for the UPSL and its member clubs.
Yeah. Well, it's been a few months since we had our last call, and it was during the US Soccer, or just at or around the US Soccer AGM, which was there in Atlanta. So maybe just as a follow up to that, as everybody knows, the UPSL is now an official member of the US Soccer Federation, and when you summarize that, basically. I think a good way to define that is, having the proper connectivity directly with the federation is where you want to be as a league, as a pro development league. So we're very pleased that we were able to cross that bridge. Not any league can just walk up to the front door of the U.S. Soccer Federation and go through that process and come through the other side. I think, to answer your question, I think some of the benefits of that, of this new relationship, of this connection between us and the federation, is that we have direct access to the federation, the staff, and personnel of the U.S. Federation, all systems of U.S. Soccer, when you have that type of access, it at the end of the day, it trickles down to our member clubs. And if we have clubs that have issues with any as an example, any player ITC issues, or any disciplinary issues, any registration issues, we can work directly with the federation to sort those items out and move forward in a rapid fashion.
Right. And will this do anything for the visibility of the league and its competition?
I think from a credibility standpoint, it already has, kind of taken shape. Most of the folks that I'm speaking to, every single day across the U.S. who are in the soccer community, being that we're, tapping 400 teams across the U.S. today, as far as our current membership in the UPSL, it's clear and it's well known that we've become a member of the U.S. Soccer Federation, and I think there's some comfort there. I think member clubs know that they're part of now the U.S. Federation. If we're part of it, they're part of it, and so that's a good feeling. That's a good affiliation to have in place for everybody's benefit.
Right, and this kind of leads me to my next question. As far as the UPSL, what is the goal of the UPSL in a pro development sense? I mean, what is the ultimate goal for the team, for the players?
Yeah, I think from the get-go, if you go back all the way to our roots back in 2011, and I came on board in 2013, the goal of the league was really to provide a platform for players and coaches to showcase their skills on a week-to-week basis in a competitive league platform. And I think what's happened is we've just only improved that platform, year in, year out. We've had some significant growth. We've had some significant new investment into the league. We've had new management come into the league. We've had additional personnel. We've beefed up our management across the U.S. We have 32 divisions, which means there's 32 division managers across the U.S. So, every day when we wake up, there's, probably somewhere between 50 to 100, hands on deck managing this league and its activity, games and disciplinary issues and player registration, insurance, and there's a lot that goes on with running a pro development league. And I think, again, to answer your question, or to comment on your point, is in what is the purpose of the UPSL? Nothing's really changed from 2011 to today. Is to continue to act as a platform for players and coaches so they can get to the next level. And what is the next level? Well, Major League Soccer, USL, MLS Next Pro. I mean, those are all next level opportunities for players. And players are happy to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. And what we saw back 10 years ago is that there was an opportunity, there was a window to basically provide a league platform that was year round. So the 2 seasons is really what I think has been a key for the UPSL: a spring, summer, fall, winter season, and then keep the cost under control so it's manageable and affordable for clubs to play year round. And that's really been the magic formula for the UPSL and why we're at 400 teams today. And I think we're proud to say that every year we're advancing and we're turning players to the next level. And that's coupled, I think the feather in the cap today is we've got 10, 12 MLS squads that have inserted their academy teams, U19s, into our league. For the reasons I just mentioned, the cost-effective nature, the year-round play, the competitive opportunities. So, we continue to become more and more competitive each year, and we haven't had to really increase our costs in terms of trickling that down to our members. We're proud to say that over the last 10, 11 years, we're at the same price points that we were back then, and a lot's changed with the economy and so forth. So we'll keep doing our thing, and our goal is to give players and coaches opportunities and at the Division 4, at the Division 3 level.
Yeah, I mean, that is one of the things that really attracted me from a management point of view in working with the Georgia division, is that pathway to pro that you mentioned. We've gone from up to 400 plus teams now, but it's not just the quantity of teams, it's the connection that they have with the local communities. We're developing now for the first time academies here in Georgia, U17, U15, and so forth, and looking forward to the women's division. So that continuing growth is what really appealed to me personally, and I'm sure it appeals to a lot of the players and everything. But do you see that as part of the natural organic growth of the league to provide that link from the very youngest youth levels all the way up to those professional levels, like you said, with MLS Next, and getting this relationship with those MLS academies and other pro outlets? Do you see that happening and expanding even further?
Yeah, I think that the UPSL has a vision, always has had a vision, and a vision needs to remain. And I think it's fair to say that our division continues to remain, create opportunities for younger players. Well, that ladder maybe got a little bit longer going down, and we have a few pilot UPSL youth divisions, youth leagues that are starting in the fall season in selected markets, and then we have our women's division, which is taking shape. Well over somewhere between 30 to 40 teams across the U.S. competed this past spring summer, which was great. So along with our men's highly established men's pro development league, we now have kind of complemented the men's side of things with the women's division and some specific U17 and U15 divisions that we are piloting across the U.S. into going into 2023.
Okay. Well, it sounds all very exciting. I think that the neutral looking on is going to find even more interest and excitement. Right now, we're in the middle of the playoffs and looking into that. And but I want to end it right here. I think that we got an update on the USSF sanctioning and arrangement there we have with the UPSL. And
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to, again, having you back on to maybe go over some things with the competition after the playoffs, as we talk about the coming fall season and what's going to happen in the spring of 2023. So we would love to have you back to discuss those things.
Absolutely, Andre. It would be great. It'd be great to catch up again in the short term. Talk, review the playoffs that we're in right now. We're getting down to the final 8 and the final 4 national championship that we're hosting in Columbus at the historic Columbus Crew Stadium. So there's a lot to talk about. All I got to do is be invited. So I look forward to hearing from you.
It's an open door here for you, and we're probably going to name a segment here for the commissioner on our show. So don't be surprised about that.
Thank you, Andre. It's always good chatting, and great to connect. And let's keep it moving.
Sounds good. Yeah, I appreciate the time, and have a good rest of the day.
This has been a UPSL Commissioner Focus segment by ASMG.